What is going on, investors? Back again, another real estate video. Today, we're going to talk about the subprime mortgage meltdown 2.0 and how that could crash the real estate market again. Now, first thing to get into is what is a subprime mortgage? Subprime mortgages are borrowers that have a FICO score of less than 620. These are borrowers between a 580 and a 620 credit score can get into a home, an FHA-backed mortgage for 3.5% down of the value of the home that they're trying to purchase. Now, if you have a FICO score less than 580, you can still get an FHA mortgage for 10% down on the mortgage of the home. Now, the FHA is the United States taxpayer, and they are insuring these mortgages, meaning the banks really don't carry a lot of risk if these mortgages end up going bad. And as we take a look here, there's a lot of them that could potentially go bad over the next 12 to 24 months. Now, subprime borrowers tend to be more sensitive to the unemployment trends and downturns in the United States economy than higher income and higher credit worthy borrowers. So that's why we really want to pay attention to these mortgages. Now, delinquent FHA mortgages. The government actually posts this information. Right now, currently, the FHA insures over 8 million mortgages around the country. And currently, 1.3 million loans are delinquent. That is 17.6% of all FHA mortgages are in delinquent status. And of those delinquent mortgages, 10.4% are seriously delinquent, which means they're pretty much close to foreclosure on those ones. Now, a good question to ask is 1.3 million delinquent loans really a big deal? And I think that's a great question to ask. Now, let's consider that here on the right, we've got number of homes sold in millions in the United States. And for the last several years, we've had about 5 to 5.5 million homes sold each year. So 1.363 million delinquent loans, if those were to turn into foreclosures and then onto the open market, that would represent about 20% of all homes sold in the entire year. And we're just talking about delinquent mortgages in the FHA-backed variety. We're not talking about conventional loans, and we're not talking about just normal sales that happen during the year. So remember, these are just FHA delinquent loans, meaning the total number of delinquent loans is higher when you include conventional loans as well. Now, let's jump right into it. Which states are having the most serious problem with delinquent FHA mortgages? I think it comes no surprise. The epicenter of the virus in this country was New York. I think it makes sense that they're leading the industry and the country in delinquent FHA mortgages. Now, Nassau and Suffolk County had 57,000 FHA mortgages. Of those, 15,834 are delinquent. That is 27.8%. That is the highest percentage in the United States, and 20% of those are seriously delinquent. So if you are a real estate investor in the New York area, the Nassau and Suffolk County will likely have some distressed properties come available here pretty soon. Now, the New York and White Plains area, that has over 90,000 FHA mortgages. 24,620 are delinquent. That is 27.2% of all FHA mortgages in that region are delinquent, and 19.8 are seriously delinquent. And finally, in the Newburgh and Middletown areas, we have over 14,000 FHA mortgages. 3,625 are delinquent. That is 25% of all FHA mortgages, and 17% are delinquent. Definitely some stressful times in the New York area. Now, finally, moving on to New Jersey. The Newark, New Jersey area has 53,000 FHA mortgages. 14,000 are delinquent. That is 26.3% of all mortgages. That's 18.4% that are seriously delinquent in Newark, New Jersey. Now, Camden, New Jersey has 59,000 FHA mortgage. 12,607 are delinquent. That is 21%. And of those, 14.1% are seriously delinquent. Now, in Florida, we have the Fort Lauderdale Beach area, 49,000 FHA mortgages, 12,700 are delinquent. That is 25.8%. In the Miami Beach area, 55,000 FHA mortgages, over 13,000 or 24% of those are delinquent. The West Palm Beach, Boca Raton area, we have 33,000 FHA mortgages and over 7,000 are delinquent. That is 22% of all mortgages. And then finally, in the great state of Florida, Orlando, Kissimmee, and Sanford area, we have 83,000 FHA mortgage, over 16,000 are delinquent. That is 20% of FHA mortgages in that area. Moving on to Texas, McAllen, Edinburgh, and Mission have over 19,000 FHA mortgages. 4,300 are delinquent. That is 22%. Now to the bigger regions in Texas, the Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. In Houston, you have over 200,000 FHA mortgages. 46,000 are delinquent. That is 21%. If you're a real estate investor in Texas, I'd be getting a little excited over these numbers because 13% of the mortgages in Houston are seriously delinquent. Moving to the Dallas, Plano, and Irving area, you have 143,000 FHA mortgages. 27,000 are delinquent. That is 18.9%, and 11% of those are seriously delinquent. Finally, in San Antonio, you have 90,000 FHA mortgages. Over 16,000 are delinquent, and 10% of those are seriously delinquent. You're going to have some great investing opportunities in the great state of Texas. Moving on to California, where this video is being recorded, you've got the Oakland, Berkeley, and Livermore area. You've got 21,000 FHA mortgages. Only about 3,900 are delinquent, but that is 18% of those properties, and 12% are seriously delinquent. In the Los Angeles, Long Beach area, you have 93,000 FHA mortgages. 16,000 are delinquent and 11.5% are seriously delinquent. In the Anaheim and Santa Ana area, you have 15,000 FHA mortgages. 2,730 are delinquent. That's 17.9%. And finally, in San Diego, you have 25,000 delinquent mortgages. Over 4,000 are delinquent. That is also over 17% of those. Now, here is the top 10 areas with the most delinquent FHA mortgages. The Atlanta, Georgia area has 52,000. Pay attention, real estate investors. These are the areas that will likely have serious supply coming onto the market of distressed properties. Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, New York City, New Jersey, Riverside, California, Baltimore, Maryland, Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles, California, and finally San Antonio, Texas. What jumps off to me here is the Texas area has some of the highest number of delinquent FHA mortgages. I'd be expecting some nice real estate deals to come on the market there. Now, finally, the conclusions. Remember, this is only FHA mortgages. We're not talking about conventional mortgages as well. Also, this data has been trending up as unemployment numbers have remained steadily bad and likely won't get any better anytime soon. I would imagine these numbers are only going to get worse. Now, foreclosures on these properties will take a while. Okay, we all know the foreclosure process takes a while to begin with. And since we have a lot of moratoriums and bans on evictions, it's going to take even longer. Be patient. But here's what could potentially happen. There's eventually going to be a rush of inventory that might create an inventory imbalance. Right now, we have an inventory imbalance to the supply side being very low on the number of homes. Well, I think that might flip at some point especially as more conventional home sales come back to the market. A lot of people that can just afford to sell their home right now are not doing it because they don't want people coming into their house during a pandemic. Those sales will eventually come back, and then you'll likely have a rush of these foreclosure sales and distress sales that could create an inventory imbalance on the side where investors can definitely benefit. Now, finally, check out my other real estate videos. I'll put a playlist link in the description below. You can check it out there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below. What do you think's happening? Do you see anything happening in your market? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your investments.